All right, you guys ready for your next comedian? He's lived everywhere. He's married everyone. And apparently he needs more tattoos. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Pavlovsky!
Good evening, everyone. How are we doing tonight? So, by sound of applause, how many of you guys like having dirty, nasty, absolutely disgusting sex with either yourself, your partner, or 3 or 4 random strangers? Anybody? Anybody? Now, how many of you guys like doing all that stuff with a condom? You are my people. See, that's something I haven't had to worry about in quite some time. I've been married for like 7 years, right? And it was a monogamous relationship, a monogamous marriage. And basically, if any of y'all guys are married, you know that a monogamous marriage means you're only having sex with one person. And unfortunately, that person is normally yourself. But that's all over now. It's not funny, I promise. It's all over. It's done. Getting divorced, okay? Getting divorced again for the 3rd time. Thank you. Yeah, I just didn't learn my lesson. I'm not very smart. But meeting new people in a new place, it's different. Meeting people when you're younger, man, you had to physically go places and physically meet people, right? Nowadays, you have all these new, weird, online horror sites. You've got like Facebook, right? Which y'all can say whatever you want. Oh, I get to talk to my friends from high school. Whatever, dude. More people get laid off Facebook. It's ridiculous. You got Facebook, you have Match.com, you got Adult Friend Finder. Oh, y'all know. Shit, y'all know. I didn't meet somebody on any one of those, all right? Words with friends, okay? Strangely, words with friends. You go and you just pick random people and you start talking shit and one thing leads to another and you go and you exchange numbers. And then and you start texting, okay? And then all of a sudden, 3 weeks later, you start actually talking on the phone with this chick you ain't never met before. And then a short time after that, she's like, I need to meet you. I was like, fuck yeah, you do. She said, where do you live? I said, Ohio. She's like, oh. I said, what's O? She's like, I live in Florida. I was like, oh. And the messed up part about that is, you would think that I could meet somebody that would want to touch my penis, like on my block, or in my county, or even in the same goddamn state, but 1,000 miles away. That shit happens. Oh, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. She had money. She had money, so she bought me a ticket. She's like, I'm gonna buy you a ticket. I said, you're gonna buy me a ticket? She's like, I'm gonna buy you a ticket. She's like, I'm gonna fly you down here. I'll pick you up at the airport. We'll go drive around and eat and drink and have fun. I was like, really? She said, really? I said, but where would I sleep? And she said, oh, silly, you can stay with me. Wanted to touch my penis. So I flew down there and she picked me up at the airport and she was absolutely everything she looked like online. There was no photoshopping. There was no, augmentation. There was nothing. She looked like she did. She was all tall and smart and funny and smelled good and shit. And she picked me up at the airport and we drove around and we ate food and we drank and we went back to the house, right? One thing leads to another. I'm like, I'm gonna give this girl her money's worth. Traveling ain't cheap these days, ladies and gentlemen. You know that. Shit. So, and just to be clear, I don't want you to think that I'm a prostitute or anything, okay? But there is not a whole lot I won't do for the right amount of money. And if y'all don't believe me, bring me a bag of money after the show and we'll talk. But we're in bed, and we're naked, and we're sweaty and nasty and disgusting. And I'm getting ready to come in for my final approach, right? And she said, wait. And 9 not like a wait in that no, stop, don't kind of way, but like, wait, I need you to do me a favor. I was like, okay. And she said, put this on. And she pulled out a condom. And on the outside, I was all cool, calm, and collected, but on the inside, I was like a fucking vampire in the daylight. I was freaking out, man. Like, man, I don't want nothing to do with that thing. I mean, it may be safe and all, but ugh. But I did it. Took one for the team, trying to make her happy. And I gotta be honest with you. I know y'all eating, and I'm sorry. You could have set my dick in a bowl of warm water, and I would not have known the difference. I swear to God. I mean, there was like hair and you boobs and hands and lips and shit. But dude, man, there was nothing. She says she got off. I believe her, kinda. Girls are real sneaky about that shit sometimes. From what I hear. From what I hear. I don't know for a fact, but it's what I've heard. But I learned a very valuable lesson that night. And I'm not using a condom no more. Never. Swear to God. Swear to God. I go back to a hotel room, a girl's house, backseat of my fucking car. And girl be like, ooh, put this on. I'll be like, shit, I will go jerk off in your bathroom. That is it. I'm just done. I'm gonna have a very serious relationship with myself. That's my time for tonight. Thank you all very much.
Keep it going for Kevin Pavlovsky.